Another day, another $1 million, as they say. Assalamu alaikum. Today is Thursday, November 7th, and we continue on our bullish path, and our predictions for the end of the year continue to play out, alhamdulillah. Today, the star of the show, that is the markets, was Bitcoin. And we got what we wanted from the Fed today. So the Fed mentioned well, they not only cut interest rates today, 25 basis points, as was expected, but what the market was looking for was guidance towards the general Fed position and what they're going to do in December. And the Fed said, Jerome Powell mentioned, we think that even with today's cut, policy is still restrictive, which means that they're looking to cut again. And currently, the markets are assigning a 75% chance of a 25 basis point cut in December. So that's really what the market wanted. And so that this is adding fuel to the rally that we are experiencing. Looking at the indices today, Dow Jones was flat, Nasdaq is up 1.5 percentage points, S&P is up 3/4 of a percentage point, and the VIX is down another 6%. So really, a lot of fear is draining out of the market. Tesla had another great day at 296. Again, I said, by the end of the year, we may see 300 for Tesla, and it's looking like we may see 300 by the end of the week. Bitdeer was up 4.7%, one of the better performing miners today, but I still think there's a lot of room to run here for miners if Bitcoin continues to run as it has been. And looking at the price of Bitcoin, it is achieving new all-time highs every day now. So we touched 77 today, and now we're at 76.7. Doge is at just over 19 cents. Sol is really close to 200. So congrats to all holders there. Now, looking at the not only the Trump win, but other results from the recent election, and it all kind of points towards crypto doing well in this coming period, Bitcoin and altcoins as well. So if we look at the House of Representatives and the Senate, the two legislative bodies in the United States, and looking at the count of pro-crypto candidates versus anti-crypto candidates that were elected, we had 263 pro-crypto candidates elected to the House of Representatives versus 117 anti-crypto. And for the Senate, 18 pro versus 12 anti-crypto candidates. So both houses have gone pro-crypto, as has the presidency. So there's a lot that can be done here that is conducive of a strong bull run for crypto. Not only did we get legislation, or the legislative bodies in a pro-crypto stance, but also there are some anti-crypto figures that are on their way out. Gary Gensler was seen with the Open to Work badge on his LinkedIn profile. So if you know Gary Gensler, if he's a first or second connection, maybe you can help him out or not, depending on what you think of the guy. And I did find this kind of interesting. So, after betting on who was going to win the election subsided, and we knew the result, now people are so addicted to betting, they'll bet on anything. So now the bet on Kalshi is about what is the margin of victory that Trump is going to have when all the votes are counted. And there's about $100 million being traded on this one platform, just to answer this one question. So there's a big gambling problem here in the United States, and it's only getting worse because they keep promoting it wherever you look. Um, in other news, Bitcoin did reach the number 9 spot as the in terms of uh, rankings for most valuable assets. It beat Facebook, so now it has a greater market cap than Facebook does, and it is well on its way to beating silver out, and then Saudi Aramco out, and it may replace gold. Actually, that's the thesis: is that Bitcoin will eventually make its way to the top of this chart where gold sits now, and be the most valuable asset on earth, and that will be quite the milestone in human history, where something that was created by an anonymous user that isn't really producing any cash flows. It's just a software. It's a network of uh, 21 million tokens. That thing becomes the most valuable asset on earth. Very interesting. I do want to remind you all because we do mention, oh, well, um, Trump is a pro crypto candidate. I do want to remind everyone with what um, he said on the campaign trail, because I think it's a short clip, but I think that it is quite informative.
Bitcoin is going to the moon, as we say. It's going to the moon. I want America to be the nation that leads the way, and that's what's going to happen. No, you're going to be very happy with me.
So that's that's very FOMO inducing for crypto enthusiasts. Now, something that you may or may not be aware of is there has been a big, or well, rumors that the United States may have a crypto reserve, and that's really one of the biggest catalysts that this asset could ever hope for. So the proposal says that all Bitcoin acquired, so to ensure the long term stability and security of the strategic Bitcoin reserve, which is being proposed, the Secretary shall hold all Bitcoin acquired through the Bitcoin purchase program for not less than 20 years. So anything acquired in this Bitcoin reserve is going to be held for 20 years. This is a proposal, it's still not adopted yet, but this is what's being floated around. And the proposal is, in more detail, is saying that the Secretary shall establish a Bitcoin purchase program which shall purchase not more than 200,000 Bitcoins per year over a 5-year period for a total acquisition of 1 million Bitcoin. So imagine the United States goes after trying to acquire 1 million Bitcoin, and it has unlimited resources, basically, in terms of fiat that it can deploy towards this end. And every day there's constant buying pressure from the United States. And not only that, the competitors to the United States, think China or Russia, are seeing this. They're seeing the United States buying an increasing amount of this scarce asset. They're going to also want to start buying as well, and maybe they establish for their own countries crypto reserves, and other countries around the world do so as well. Imagine what could happen to the price of Bitcoin denominated in fiat when an unlimited supply of fiat is chasing this limited supply asset that is Bitcoin. This could be really explosive to the price of Bitcoin. When you look at Bitcoin ETF flows, yesterday alone, we had 621 million in net flows to the Bitcoin ETFs. So this thing is, even though it's at all-time highs, everything is pointing in the right direction for this asset. And historically speaking, when you're looking at whether it's quarterly returns or monthly returns, we're at the sweet spot, really, when it comes to Bitcoin. So on average in Q4, which is where we're in Q4 right now, the average return for Bitcoin is 82%. That's the highest average, followed by Q1. That's the highest average of any quarter. And in terms of monthly returns for November, it is the highest average monthly return for Bitcoin compared to any other month during the year, with an average of 43%. So everything is lining up here. On the political front, things are lining up. On the macro front, things are lining up, and on the statistics front, things are lining up. Everything is lining up for this asset. So I think there's still room to run here. And sometimes the hardest thing about investing is sitting on your hands, but I do think that sometimes having a bias towards inaction in times like this may be good. I'm not saying don't take profits, always take profits. That's just a rule that you should always abide by. But understand, where we are right now. And not only that, I think there's an additional macro catalyst that is on its way in the form of Chinese stimulus. I think that would be very bullish for crypto as well. And I think that Chinese stimulus is coming on account that Trump has won, and he has promised to impose a lot of tariffs on Chinese goods. And so the Chinese government wants to make sure that it gets ahead of what is appearing to be a crisis that it may have to deal with from an economic standpoint. It's already in sort of economic malaise, the Chinese economy is. And so they don't want things to worsen even more. So I do expect a Chinese stimulus, and just the news of this Chinese stimulus will act as yet another catalyst for the market. So alhamdulillah, we're in good times. And with that, let's take some questions. I'll start with Ali. Ali says, market's so bullish. Yes, indeed. Wa alaikum salam. Salam, brother Shuaib. Salam, top winner. We'll talk about our plans. Nice to see you, middle class investing. We'll talk about opportunities as well with PIF members, and where we see opportunities to deploy cash, if any, and where we see opportunities to take some chips off the table as well. Since Elon's on Trump's team now, don't you think solar and cleaner energy isn't as bearish as it was supposed to be? Well, actually, so let's look at. So Enphase really, now it's at $71 per share, guys. This is very low for Enphase, and solar companies have really taken a beating after Trump won, on anticipation that maybe some of the incentives that solar companies were enjoying may be rescinded. But I think that the market may be going a bit too harsh on these solar companies. I think for people asking, where to deploy cash, there may be some real opportunities here. We'll see what we buy. Thoughts on quantum computing? There isn't a name in my mind regarding quantum computing that I want to put money behind. Not yet, at least. Any Black Friday membership deals? Yes, inshallah, there will be a membership deal. So tune in for that. If you don't want to wait, the link to become a member is in the description. Sorry. Leave a like if you enjoyed this live. If I've made you money, leave a like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. Until next time, make sure to take care of yourself. Assalamu alaikum and peace be upon you all.